David, welcome back behind the velvet rope. Let's just get right into it today because we are joined by the one, the only just David. Hello, hello, hello. Happy Saturday. Happy Patreon. Let's just get to it. Yes, I am checking. The other day I had a guest on and I started getting ready to record, and she's like, make sure you record. So that is what I am doing here. I have never done a show and not recorded in my whole career, but other people have. I was once on a podcast, and man, an hour later, she forgot to record it. I was like, oh God, some people are just all over the place. And I'm pretty easygoing, believe it or not, but I just hate a time waste. Anyway, welcome. Look, we got a lot to get to. We have a lot of real world stuff to talk about. Some stuff going on with Teresa Giudice and Margaret that I need to weigh in on. And I have some good news and some bad news. So we have three shows on the air right now. We have Potomac is back. We have the second episode of New York, and we have Salt Lake. Let's save Salt Lake for last if we have time. There is good news and there is bad news. I am in New York City. It's the best city in the world. It really is. And here I am. Still have to do a tour of this apartment for people. God, am I in a good mood today? I don't know. I guess. Hey, we're supposed to be in a good mood every day, right? I mean, I am. I'm just like, anyone else ever think they just don't have time? I mean, I have the work. Some of you have children. Whatever it is, it's like there's just not enough time in the day. And I went to see Justin Timberlake the other night, and I finally have caught up on sleep. Finally. So, like, that's good. Okay, let's get into New York first. Some good news and some bad news. Let me just start out by saying your reactions are mixed. I have so many DMs. There are a lot of people that are loving this season of New York. So I am not here to poo-poo it. It is my city. I have ridden the Blade helicopter many a time. We'll get into that to go to the Hamptons. It's my city. I recognize the things on the streets, and these are my people, but I don't know. I have to say, overarchingly, before we get into some specific, well, let's get into specifics before I give you my overall thoughts. Okay, so Erin and Jenna, they're working this out. She's going up. Erin has to walk up all the stairs to get to Bryn's apartment, not Erin and Jenna, Erin and Bryn. So she has to, but which involves Jenna and the fake money. And they even make a reference at the beginning to the cheese. Yeah. Whether Jenna has money or not, feels she bought a fucking new Bentley, okay? For 200 and something thousand. And this does feel like the cheese. I don't care. We're not arguing over whether Jenna has money or not. I have to say, I don't drive. I don't ever want to drive. But if I did, a Bentley is my car. That is the car I'd want. I also love a Mercedes or a BMW. Way to be really down to earth, David. But I love a Bentley, and I would get, we love LVP's pink. We love Paris Hilton's pink. I would want a white outside Bentley, and I think I'd want white on white. I hate to tell you. Or white outside with tan inside. That is my vision for my Bentley. White outside, tan inside, or white on white. I know it would get dirty. And yes, I'm never going to get a Bentley unless I have a driver. But let's live in reality for a minute. And we don't need these things. But a Bentley is just the car that I would get. Yeah, I am lost in the weeds here today. So it starts with that, and she's going, it's such a New York story to have to walk up all those flights of stairs if someone doesn't have the elevator that's working. It's such a New York thing. We've all been there. So I love that. She's going to see Bryn, and I love that Bryn is giving her tap water. Flights of stairs and tap water are your punishment if you're Bryn. I love it. So there's that. We all know Jenna has money. Erin alludes in the beginning to, see, here's my problem. There's a lot of stuff that Erin seems to not be saying. She keeps saying she can't talk about John Travolta and she can't talk about this. And she's not really alluding to all the things that went on with Abe. So I do have an issue with that. But I have to say, I truly find, without overthinking it, I find Erin to be the most authentic out of these people. That's just the feeling I get. Again, it could be because she was on this podcast with Cy. I don't know. I just find Eric authentic. I find Cy kind of authentic. I find them the two most authentic. I just can't help it. Don't overthink it. Go with your gut. And I find Jessel the least authentic. I think to me, Jessel is a tryhard. That is just to me. I feel like she's trying for the one-liners. She's trying to have her moment. She's trying. I mean, she tried the first season too. This is nothing different. I feel like she's trying to be that girl, to be that housewife, which I don't know. I mean, it's not such a bad thing. It's like you're aware of how the sausage is made, but it just doesn't come across as authentic to me. And Erin comes across really authentic. I don't know, my bias, do I think it's because she's a New Yorker through and through? And, those of us that are New Yorkers are just hardcore, like, here are the facts and this is what it is. I don't know. But I do find her the most authentic, and I find Jessel the least authentic. I find Jenna Lyons right up there with Jessel. Jenna knows what she's doing. I don't think she gives. I mean, she's already said we're not going to see her relationship on the show. Shocked we saw her son Beckett, which I found that interesting. But I don't know. I find them the two least authentic, and I find Cy and Erin the most authentic. There is some bad news. I guess I'll just rip off the band-aid. The bad news is I'm still bored. Okay, let me just be honest. I'm still bored. I still don't get it. These women are not batshit the way the Salt Lake women are. Maybe it's unfair to compare. I just don't feel it. Having said that, the two people that I personally find the most interesting up to this point, one of them is a friend of, and one of them is in a cast member. I find Rebecca Minkoff interesting, yes, for the sheer fact that, like the mob, but much different, Scientology intrigues me. The difference is, I guess I do have kind of a obsession or love for the mob. I love mob wives. We just had Renee and Jen Graziano on. We've had Karen on. I find the mob, I mean, so interesting. I loved my dinner up at Rayos with Bo Dietl. Yeah, I'm mixing a lot of things in and throwing a lot of stereotypes out there, but that intrigues me. And I think the mob intrigues people because they don't know anything about it. Same with Rebecca Minkoff and Scientology. I think none of us really know what goes on behind the closed doors. I love my view in LA because besides having a view of the Hollywood sign, I have a view of that iconic Scientology building where the meetings between Kirstie Alley, R.I.P., and John Travolta, and Tom Cruise and Miss Cavage. Like, I can't even tell you. I love